back to my channel. Today I have a mid-May message for all of the Aries out in the collective. Please note this is going to be a general reading, so it is not going to resonate with every single Aries out in the collective. I ask that you take with you what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are new to my channel, welcome to Eileen Into Spirit. My name is Eileen Rouse. I am a psychic intuitive, a spiritual coach, and a sound healing practitioner. So without further ado, Aries, let's go ahead and dive right into your monthly mid-May message. So Aries, we are starting out with fork in the road, shape-shifting in clouds, and the crumbling. Okay, so Aries, right off the bat, we are going to be focusing on the heart of your reading, which is going to be shape-shifting. So I really feel that this message is really about you learning to be a little bit more flexible and adaptable to things as they sort of take a different turn, or as things sort of shape shift throughout your month this month. It could be that maybe what's actually going on is that there are some changes actually occurring within your month that are requiring you to ultimately make decisions on the path that you are wanting to take. It's about truly understanding that whatever choice that you ultimately make is going to lead you towards something that you are ultimately desiring or that you are ultimately wanting. One thing I want to point out here about the crumbling is that it really wants you to focus on attachments. Are there certain specific attachments that you have sort of developed a codependency on that ultimately need to change? When it comes to shape-shifting, it's about understanding that whenever things, it's almost as if when you're looking at things, understanding that it isn't always what it seems to be. And so I feel this is the reason why they're really wanting you to focus on the flexibility and the adaptability. When we look up at clouds don't always remain in the same shape. They morph into different types of shapes. And that's because it's not something that is always stagnant or static. So I feel that in this case, it's about you learning to be a little bit more adaptable and learning to sort of morph and flow as things sort of progress and change in your life here. So let's go ahead and dive right into the Tarot, Aries, so that we can see what additional insight Spirit has for you here. With the fork in the road, I want you to know that it's about understanding that your foundation is sort of changing. So that could be that, whatever is transpiring in your life right now in this current moment as you are listening to this, it's just that maybe you're at a position where you're needing to make a choice. Maybe you're needing to decide, should I take a different route to, whatever it is I'm trying to achieve? Or is there a specific decision that you are ultimately asking for guidance on? So we are starting off with the Seven of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. And this is about contemplating where you are. It's about recognizing all of the success that you have had, like all of the things that you have accomplished up until this point, and then recognizing, choosing what things are you ultimately wanting to focus upon that will help build a better foundation for you and your community and your family. I think that when you look at things that you ultimately are working on, it's important for you to identify what are those things that ultimately bring you joy, right? With a fork in the road, it's really about recognizing which of those things are the ones that you ultimately want to spend your most time on. And I think it's about observing and being a witness to the bigger goal, the bigger picture. What is it that you are ultimately trying to achieve? And are the choices and the decisions that you are making, are they leading you towards something that is bigger and better and is going to help many others along the way? Next, we have the King of Wands with the Ten of Cups. Now, this is interesting because the King of Cups is a very confident energy, and it is an energy of pure action, right? Like this person isn't going to sit around and just wait for things to happen. It's the same thing with shapeshifting, right? Shapeshifting, it's in constant state of change. It is constantly changing and evolving as it grows and as it flows and as it progresses. With the King of Wands, that type of energy is that you're constantly moving towards something that's bigger and better and something that is more fulfilling to you, something that makes you feel that it is going to constantly provide for you emotionally and spiritually. And I feel that this mid-month, it's really about you actually taking action towards those things here, Aries. You know, the King of Wands is this massive energy, and it is the Aries card. I really read it as the Aries card. Even though you do see the lion here, you can read it as a Leo as well. But Aries, in this particular instance, the King of Wands knows that they are going to be successful in whatever adventure or whatever action they pursue. So I feel that if you can just align yourself with the things that make you feel harmonious and make you feel like you're loved, like you're supported, like you're appreciated, you're going to see the success. You're going to see how things evolve and how they continuously move forward. Next, we have the King of Swords with the Eight of Cups. Okay. Now, with the crumbling, remember, the crumbling is really about things sort of falling away that no longer serve you. And it's really about you taking into account the things that you are ultimately attached to. So this mid-month, it's going to be really important that you become very aware of the things that you have developed an attachment to that really aren't serving its purpose. They're not helping you take action. They're not helping you sort of line up to the things that are going to help build a better foundation for you. The King of Swords is one who utilizes his intellect, knowing that whatever actions he pursues or whatever steps that he takes will ultimately be that of his, trusting his gut instincts, understanding and knowing that when he can see the bigger picture, he's going to take those steps towards the bigger picture. And it's really ultimately about cutting out, walking away from the things that you know are no longer serving you. Like they're no longer going to help you build a stronger foundation. They're no longer going to help you become that better person that's going to help you achieve those goals. Those are the types of attachments that you ultimately need to break away from, that you need to break free from, because they're not going to help you in any way. If anything, they're going to prevent you from falling more into a line of success that is going to give you, better insight into your next steps and how you're going to be moving forward and those kinds of things. So let's dig a little bit deeper here, because I feel that ultimately this mid-May, Aries, it's really about you making a choice. Are you choosing? Which actions are you choosing to align yourself to that help you feel like that you're breaking through all of the attachments that you've built throughout time, right? Or throughout your career or in relationships, whatever this might be. We have the Sun with the Nine of Cups here. Now, the Sun really represents our true joy and our true happiness. The Nine of Cups is about a wish fulfillment. When I look at it from the perspective, Aries, here as the fork in the road, it's important that you recognize that every choice that you make ultimately helps you break through another lesson or break through any form of attachments that you have built along the way. It's about understanding that when you focus on the things that you have accomplished, when you work towards a common goal, and a common goal towards, bettering you, your family, your community, that sort of thing, you'll ultimately find a greater sense of joy and a greater sense of happiness. And I feel that in some way, this is going to make you feel more fulfilled. You're going to start recognizing that your actions were not a waste of your time. You're going to feel that you've actually accomplished something. And I think this is important because I feel that you are trying to find something that ultimately makes you feel like you have done something for a greater cause, right? And I feel that when you can actually start seeing it, when you start validating it, then I feel that's when you're going to actually start recognizing the rewards, or your efforts have really gone towards something bigger than yourself. Next, we have the Two of Pentacles with the Chariot card. Okay, so the Two of Pentacles is about making a choice, right? And when we have shapeshifting, you know, it's really about, you know, morphing and sort of shifting gears into the actions that we're wanting to pursue, or the goals that we're wanting to pursue, in order to, that leads us forward towards a common goal, towards something that makes us feel happy. The Chariot is about utilizing your will and taking action, and knowing that the more that you push yourself towards that, the more successful at that you are going to become. You know, right now, Aries, and just looking at your cards, I really feel that this month is really about you just sort of taking a moment to reflect on what you've accomplished, and not look at things as they're not moving fast enough. Because I feel like you're still trying to justify, in a sense, that you have accomplished something. And the reality is that you have. Like, there is nothing here that is showing me that you have not been successful. I think what needs to happen is that you need to, in your mind, find the balance of how much you've actually accomplished and how successful you've actually become. Last but not least, we have the Emperor with the Ten of Cups. Now, the Emperor is truly the Aries card, and the Emperor is all about action and being the authority, and actually being strategic in your actions and your plans. The Ten of Cups is about this ultimate fulfillment, emotionally and spiritually. And I do feel that this month, you're going to be faced with a decision, a choice that you ultimately are going to have to make, Aries. And that means that whatever choice you make, understand that there are some things that you are going to have to detach from. You're going to have to let go, because they're not going to serve you in this new direction that you're moving towards. Understand that if you have a goal in mind, if you have a, you know, whether you're moving into a new relationship or you're moving into a new career, understand that there are certain mindsets, practices, habits, and patterns that you are going to have to let go in order for you to feel like you've accomplished, like you're successful, and you're at the pinnacle of your success. So, Aries, this is your message this mid-month. I want you to really look at that and understand that above all else, it's really about you tuning in to how you feel emotionally and spiritually about the choices and the decisions that you make. So, Aries, I want to thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you next time with your new message. Bye, guys.